Hi there. My name is John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we are part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where I take the lectionary text and I tie them to an item from the Dollar Tree or the junk drawer or the kids' room or the garage. You know how we've been doing it. Thanks for your partnership in this ministry and for taking a little bit of your week, some time out of your week to spend it with me. And thank you all for your donations over the last week and the month. And I've put out a plea. Feels like again, but it's becoming evident that I need to replace my equipment. It's doing weird things, and so just anything you can help to help offset that'd be great. There's places you can ways you can donate in the show notes and on the dollars on the dskidsermons.com, the website. Anyway, this is for the narrative lectionary, and boy howdy, I tell you what, I talk about children's sermon galore. I say that tongue-in-cheek. But the first part, and about when in the parable, and it's a parable about judgment, parable about all of this, I love the fact that the wheat and the weeds, they're like, oh, there's wheat and weeds, should we pull up the weeds? And in the parable, this is no. You got to wait for them to grow up. You got to wait for them to go up because you can't tell which is which. And I love that. And that's the springboard, because we are called to love. We are called to love the world. We are called to water. We are called to nurture, and we cannot tell wheat and weed. And for Lutherans, we have both, that both and. Are you wheat or are you weeds? I'd say, yes, we're both and. And so it's not necessarily two groups of people, but rather the parts that are in us and that God will purify. But that's, again, getting off on another direction. I'm looking at the fact that we are called to love, we are called to nurture, we are called to take care of one another and leave the judgment to God. That's God's business, and God's grace. God will do what God's going to do, and I trust that God is a loving God and will embrace us, and that God's in the forgiving business. And so there's that. So the springboard I'm looking at is this: 2 bottles of soda. Now you could use 2 sticks of gum, and see, the thing is one's sugar-free and one's sugared and one's sugared free. And I might even, when I do this, I colored a cap, and I can't even remember. I took the labels off, so I can't tell which is which. And I mean, they've both been colored some, and I don't know. I can't tell. And I mean, it's like, I can't tell which ones taste better, which one doesn't. Maybe, I don't know. And that's the whole point. And the point is that the wheat and the weeds in this parable, when they grow up, they look, when they're tiny and when they come, they look exactly the same. And it's not even about what they look like. But the idea that it comes back to, we are not called to tell them apart. We are not called to treat them. We're called to love. We are called to nurture. We are called to take care of. And so this is the springboard, the idea that one is sugar-free and one's got sugar in it. By looking at it, I can't tell. And the thing is that I'm going to keep these together, and I'm going to treat them the same. I'm going to put them on my cupboard, and I'm going to treat them the same. I keep them on the same shelf. I keep them together. I'm going to take them on walks. They're my friends. Okay, maybe that's, yeah. We'll just go with it. But that's the idea, that left to our own devices, left when it's like I'm going to. God says, love them. God says, pour your love and nurture and care and forgiveness and grace. As I have loved you, you love them. And that's the point in this parable that I think not only do the kids need to hear, but I think we all need to hear. That it is our job is to love and to nurture, and as they grow. And a reminder that we are both. We are both and. I am wheat and I am weeds. I am saint and I am sinner. I am redeemed and I'm in need of redemption. Both and that God's grace is ultimately where we land on. So anyway, That's the springboard. Wait, no. Is this the springboard? Would They're both the springboard. Anyway, thanks for coming by. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for the work you're doing with your kids and your families, and you are rocking it. Thank you. You are making a difference in someone's life, and you might not even be able to see it, but you are. All right? Peace. We'll see you next week.